All right, tech heads, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the cybercab on the stage. Tesla's recent We Robot event was a spectacle, a dazzling display of lights and next-gen technology. Elon Musk himself rolled up in this sleek, futuristic robotaxi. No steering wheel, no pedals, just pure AI. The cybercab is aiming to completely disrupt the ride-sharing scene, promising a comfortable, sustainable experience at an unbelievably low price. We saw images of this futuristic robotaxi with butterfly doors and a minimalist interior. It's seriously cool. But can they deliver on that promise? The price tag? Under $30,000. That's disruptive, but is it feasible? That's a question we'll be tackling head-on today. Let's also look at what Tesla showed with its larger Robovan. It could massively transform logistics and transportation. And we witnessed the remarkable progress of Optimus, Tesla's humanoid bot. Was it a triumph? Or was the whole evening more hype than substance? Get ready for some honest, in-depth analysis. Show images of the cybercab from multiple angles, Optimus interacting with people, and the Robovan interior. So, what's the secret sauce behind Tesla's robotaxi ambitions? It's their AI, man. They're betting big on an end-to-end vision system, relying heavily on cameras and super powerful neural networks trained on a massive dataset of real-world driving information. That's billions of miles worth of training data. Millions of Teslas already on the road are collecting this data. This is Tesla's unique approach compared to competitors like Waymo and Cruise, which use more expensive multi-sensor setups, including LiDAR. And there's a heated debate about whether Tesla's approach will work. Will a camera-only system be good enough to handle every unpredictable situation on the road? Is it safe enough? We'll delve into those questions. But meanwhile, we have to also consider the fact that Tesla has made it clear they'll be needing a remote team of technical staff to manage all these autonomous vehicles. How many technical people will they need to hire? Also, this could be a surprise. After all, this is a Tesla-style approach, and it hasn't yet proven that it is scalable. How can this model provide the reliability and safety that passengers need and that regulators demand? Plenty to unpack when it comes to the details of Tesla's technology. Show animated graphics of Tesla's AI system, comparisons with other AI systems, and images of a Tesla teleoperations center. Let's not forget the competition. Waymo and Cruise are already operating robotaxi services in several U.S. cities, although, to be fair, usually with strict limitations on service areas, times of operations, and weather conditions. Waymo, in particular, has been killing it in terms of data and operations. Even though both have a different approach from Tesla, they still are facing challenges. Waymo's cars are incredibly reliable, getting around 1 million miles of actual operational driving before any mishap. That said, Waymo has still had a recent accident with a cyclist that may impact public perception of its services and may be impacting its deployment plans. Meanwhile, Cruise has had enormous issues following a high-profile accident that involved one of its robotaxis dragging a pedestrian across the road. We'll compare their strengths and weaknesses alongside Tesla's, looking at their sensor technologies, mapping strategies, AI approaches, and their financial performance. And we'll dissect how they're handling regulations. After all, regulations can be a massive barrier when it comes to deployment. Show images of Waymo and Cruise robotaxis in different cities, news reports of accidents, and charts comparing their financial performance. Now, let's go global, or at least to China. Baidu's Apollo Go is making huge strides in the robotaxi game, particularly in Wuhan, which may become the world's first driverless city. They've got hundreds of fully autonomous robotaxis roaming the streets, providing remarkably cheap rides, even undercutting human drivers. What? Apollo Go's success presents both an interesting model for operations and also significant challenges for both the robotaxi industry and other ride-hailing businesses and the general workforce. We'll take a look at how these low prices are affecting the local gig economy workforce and at how Baidu is managing to offer these fares. The speed of Apollo Go's rollout also really underscores the critical element of what has been dubbed government support, something that is absent in most Western markets. How are government policies, incentives, and regulations impacting market development? We will examine the differing approaches in China, the US, and Europe. Show footage of Baidu Apollo Go robotaxis in Wuhan, infographics showing pricing versus human-driven taxis, and news reports on concerns about job displacement. Let's get real. This whole robotaxi thing isn't just about the tech. It's about getting the green light from regulators, winning over the public, and making sure everyone's cool with these driverless machines on the roads. Regulations vary wildly from country to country, and even between states in the US. Getting a permit to test, much less to actually deploy, an entire self-driving fleet is extremely complicated and costly. We'll investigate how both safety and privacy concerns could impact technology development and adoption. And how can companies ensure that AI systems can handle unpredictable situations on the streets? How have accidents and negative publicity affected investor confidence? This is a very important moment, and there's plenty riding on how things pan out for lawmakers and the general public. Show footage of autonomous vehicles encountering unexpected situations, news reports on accidents, and images of regulatory hearings. Guys, this is the future of work, and it's far from utopian. The rise of robotaxis introduces a significant economic impact. It might mean fewer jobs for traditional taxi drivers and ride-hailing platforms. Yet, at the same time, the industry will create a number of new roles in areas such as AI development, fleet management, maintenance, and more. We'll explore potential job losses and gains, investigating how these shifts might affect the overall economy and worker retraining. And what's the opportunity here for companies like Uber and Lyft? Are they going to be able to hang on? Or will the ride-hailing landscape get irrevocably changed? Show charts on job growth and projections, infographics comparing the economics of human-driven versus autonomous taxis, and news reports on the gig economy fears. So, where are we heading? Robotaxis are already making headway in big cities, and I feel good about this tech making its way into our regular lives over the next few years. However, fully autonomous vehicles, able to operate anywhere, under any condition, are still a long way off. We'll tackle some of the future challenges that need to be addressed before this concept reaches widespread adoption. This might include improvements in sensor technology, AI algorithms, safety regulations, and public acceptance. What is the time frame for widespread adoption? What kinds of infrastructure changes will be needed, and who will pay for them? This will be an interactive section, so ask your questions now in the comments, and I'll answer as many as I can. Show footage of autonomous vehicles operating in different environments, animated graphics showing future cityscapes with autonomous vehicles, and charts showing market projections. And finally, the money shot. Investing in autonomous vehicle technology is risky business, and many companies and industries have already incurred billions of dollars in losses. Despite that, investor interest remains voracious, fueled by the potential long-term returns created through the use of AI. We'll examine current market trends and evaluate investment opportunities in the robotaxi sector. We'll discuss the valuations of key players like Tesla, Waymo, Cruise, and Baidu. What are the potential risks and rewards for investors? Where should you be putting your money? Show up-to-date charts on stock valuations, investor sentiment, and market projections.